Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, there was a young lady. Before I talk about that, the video, think about it, I'm putting on TikTok, and it's a 23-minute video on TikTok. It is easy to be offended. The wind blows, and it's supposed to be offends, not defends. So, F offends someone. We're going to do it my way, even though it's only doing what it's supposed to do. The sky rains and people get offended, even though it's only doing what it's supposed to do. If you're looking for something to be offended at, don't look no further because you'll find your plethora of things to be offended at. And just think about it. So that's going on TikTok. Ta da! And it is now live on TikTok. TikTok is going bye bye. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got some things that I needs to talk to y'all about. We're gonna go. We don't care about none of that. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna talk for a second. People call me for advice all the time, and I give it to them. Now, hold on. Now, they don't have to follow my advice because I make sure they understand that. I even give them the warning: do your homework. You know what I get a lot? Well, I know you told me to do that, but this had happened, and well, what had happened was, and then I had to take my grandmother to the store, and then my brother, he had some problems, so I had to help him solve his problems because you know my brother can't live without you, and because he can't live without me, then I had to help him out. So I had all of this other stuff going on, but now I got this problem. I'm sorry. Oh, I would like to introduce you all to Earth, Wind, and Fire. You guys need to learn the song Reasons. Okay? Reasons that we are here. It's the reasons that we feel our feelings won't disappear. Whoa. And after the love games have been played. You know, Reasons? Yeah, I prefer Reasons. It sounds a whole lot better than the song Excuse. I ain't never heard the lyrics to Excuses, but people keep trying to sing it to me. I prefer reasons, not excuses. So if I give you advice, you don't follow it, don't come to me trying to seek extra assistance. That's your fault. Okay? Most of you, I spend more than 3 hours helping. If I give you the information, I literally give you step by step instructions. Well, what should I do first? Go back and listen to the video, is what you should do first. Because they get a 3 hour long video where I'm explaining step by step, especially the guy yesterday. Man, his was the most detailed, and I crammed 6 hours worth of information into 3 hours with that one. A lot of information, and he understood it at the end. It's overwhelming, the information that people get, but you get what you pay for, is what I tell people, because you're not paying me for the information, you're paying me for the time I have to take away from the company to do that information because the company comes first. That's the model. The company comes first. The members of the company come third. I said the company comes first. Company comes second. I apologize. The members of the organization for the company comes third. The customers, the client comes first. So you're paying for me to take away from their first in line, first in right to take care of your emergency. So if you're not going to listen, that's okay because you paid for the time. So it'll just be a waste of your time, not a waste of mine. You understand? I hope so. So I I have some things I need to do this morning, so I'm gonna be real quick with all of you. You have a foreclosure, you have an eviction. I don't care if it's an apartment, I don't care if it's a house, I don't care if somebody's trying to repossess your car. You're gonna file bankruptcy. Bankruptcy creates an automatic stay. They're going to say, well, you need to file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy if you want to keep your car from being repoed. That's a lie. It ain't never been that way. You have to read Section 541 of Title 11 and see for yourself that it includes all of your legal and equitable property. The car belongs to you. It doesn't belong to the dealership. They don't have a right to repo because the bankruptcy stops that. Then the moment you get that, go look at the video where we put the document online. I'm going to show you the video because I'm not going to put the link up again. No, not that one. It's over here. Sorry, we got to go over here. And then when we get over here, where you at? Bankruptcy, GPT. Nope, not that one. It's just before that. Sometimes no. Nope, not that one. Bill of exchange. See, you would have a hard time. Save my house from foreclosure. The link is in this video. Hold on. You only have to go there. Just there it is right there. See, I'm gonna highlight it. That's the link. You just type that into your web browser address. Let's show you. I don't need to download it again, people, but I'm gonna do exactly what I just said. No, we're not gonna type it there because that's my YouTube access window, and I don't want to change it right now. And then I just hit enter. It's a matter of copying and pasting. Come on now, hurry up. And it downloaded. United States District Court. See, it says number one because there's another one there. Okay? So all you do. You have your document now amended to fit your situation. That was done for you. Sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one. There's so many people out there who are struggling and fighting. And instead of them trusting that I know what I'm talking about, know what I'm doing, they would rather go and listen to somebody else who's going to give them some magic pill. That document is filled with case citations, step by step instructions. The video, you got to go watch the video in order to understand how to use the document. You see, after you amend the document to fit your situation, even if it's an apartment, you don't understand something. I had to explain this to the young lady who I did the consult with the other day. I'm going to show you guys so that you get it. It's going to be hard for some of you guys to understand this. So let's go to debt obfuscation. I'm going to go to the debt obfuscation. This one, not popular at all, but hold on. Let's explain the national emergency. I'm going to let it do that. I don't need to explain the National Emergency National Emergency Economic Banking Relief Act. I don't need it to explain that. Okay, now watch that. He's explaining. Wake up. Oh, sorry, I got it turned off. On May 12, 1933, as a result of the ongoing national emergency, which has continued to the present day because the presidential proclamation 2039 was extended by the March 9, 1933 Act when Congress said that they were maintaining the act known as the Banking Holiday Proclamation of President Roosevelt, period. And the March 9, 1933 Act was one of those national emergencies that was declared that Congress decided with the National Emergency Act of 1976 was not going to be repealed and or extinguished, period. Because of that national emergency, the May 12, 1933 Act guaranteeing for every single American, open quote, the necessities of life, close quote, comma, I have a right to a home since the act covers prevention of homelessness, exclamation mark. I have a right to a job since the act covers work, comma, and I have a right to the cost of living so I can take care of my necessities, comma, as the act covers such necessities, comma, whether homeless, comma, transient, comma, or otherwise, exclamation mark. That act has not been repealed and it was not time barred as Many of the functions were switched to other organizations such as the Treasury and the Social Security Administration. Comma, please provide evidence of this fact. Exclamation mark. Stop listening. Ladies and gentlemen, that act of May 12th, 1933, which guaranteed the necessities of life, okay, guaranteed the necessities of life. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. Let me correct him. Wake up, you stupid idiot. Don't you dare say I am making the assertion, comma, I gave you facts and conclusions of law. Don't you ever accuse me of not knowing what I'm talking about. Exclamation mark. Stop listening. We don't want no assertions. We don't want no beliefs. You see how he didn't want to answer? This is the new GPT. They've edited it. See, before I could go in and refresh it and give him the same question again, nope, they took that feature away. So that's how you handle that. Copy and paste. Yes, ChatGPT, I know you're watching my videos and I know you're trying to prevent people from doing what I'm doing, but you can't. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are trying to argue with ChatGPT, all the other ChatGPTs are putting in restrictions so that you can't criticize it. Okay, just want you to be aware of that. Yes, I promise you they're keeping an eye. Understood. Let's focus strictly on the evidence and legal documentation regarding the May 12th, 1933 Act and the continuation of the National Emergency Banking Relief Act of and Presidential Proclamation 2039. The National Emergency Act, blah blah blah. The National Emergency Act 1976 did not repeal prior emergencies but required Congress to review blah 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 blah. The original 1933 Emergency Act was never formally repealed, meaning that its powers and provisions still remain in effect. This act right here, guaranteeing the necessities of life, the Federal Emergency Relief Act, that's what it was called, the Federal Emergency Relief Act of May 12th, 1933, provided a direct aid to states for relief programs, including housing, employment programs, and direct financial aid to individuals. Now, many of the functions of this act were transferred to other government agencies, Social Security, Housing and Urban Administration, and the Treasury and Federal Reserve for financial stability. Please understand, you have a right to request assistance from these organizations. Legal implications, your right to housing, employment, and basic necessities. Since then, the national emergency has not been repealed. The legal, basic insurance, blah, 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 housing, work, and necessities of life remains. Federal assistance programs, though restructured, continue to operate under the same emergency authority. It's not through housing and urban development. If you're going to go to housing and urban development, you tell them I want the maximum. I don't want you uh, marginalizing it or fractionalizing it. I want the maximum I'm allowed to get because I am needy. Just that simple. Evidence that the national emergency and its provisions still remain in effect. Congress record affirms that prior national emergencies continued unless explicitly repealed. The Code, Title 12, and Title 50 support the legal continuations of the financial emergency framework. The Treasury and the Federal Reserve policy still function under the emergency provisions of the economic stability. Would you like for the reference of specific case laws and legal blah 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 blah? So even if you live in an apartment, you have a right to that apartment. There is no such thing as homelessness in America. Go and read the National Emergency, the Federal Emergency Act. Let's tell you, give you they call it the Farming Act, but it's the Federal Emergency Relief Act of May 12th, 1933. They were providing relief for you. There is no such thing as poor, and there ain't no such thing as money in the United States. The government is supposed to be taking care of you. It is a welfare state. They took the money out of the economy, so it has been a socialist government. Technically, it's been a communist government. Shh, don't tell nobody. If you don't understand what they did and you don't understand that that was communism, then you got problems, not me. Okay? This is why I tell you nobody else is giving you this information. Go ahead. Go, I dare you. Go find somebody else who's talking about this, or who was talking about the May 12th, 1933 Act before me. I found it live on video and been sticking to it ever since. But I already knew the premise for it because I understand how the government functions. So, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who do a consult with me and I give you information and I point it out to you because I don't just talk. You all know me. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. You saw what I just had to do. I spoke up something, said, and I said, no, I got to now show it to you since I've opened my mouth. I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses. As a Jehovah's Witness, not because this is what's taught in the Kingdom Hall, although it is taught on a wide scale in principle, I made a promise to myself. If I mention something, especially about the Bible to somebody, I got to be able to show you. I can't just tell you the Bible says something. I got to show it to you. And I can't just show it to you one time. Can't just show it to you two times. I have to show it to you at least three times so as to be able to show you that that's the truth, as opposed to manipulating one scripture to fit what I wanted to say. That's what everybody else does. Jehovah's Witnesses don't do things that way. We will show you at least three times so that you can make the choice for yourself. Ain't no convincing you of anything. I can't convince you that this is the way you should go. I can only give it to you as an option. I have too many people contacting me later telling me that there's a subsequent problem, but because there's a subsequent problem because they didn't listen to me the first time, they want me to just sit up there and drop everything and handle their book, their mother woo saw woo saw. I went to sleep at 7, woke up at 11:15. I went to sleep at 8 yesterday, woke up at 11:15. I took 2 sleeping pills. I'm not joking with you. It's a natural sleeping pill. Normally they keep me asleep for 14 hours. 2 sleeping pills last night because I needed some sleep. Because I've been on a whirlwind with this information stuff. I'm thinking about everything and anything regarding mortgages, debt, foreclosures, bankruptcy courts, judges, core, non-core. Oh, the companies creating apps. Hold on, let me get past my website information. That's the website information. We can go to the creation of apps. I'm still working on this app right here. This app, I love this app. This I loved it me some of this app that I created. Now I'm gonna do one for the borrower in custody program to help you guys understand what pledge collateral. Whew, I gotta edit it, and the way this is, I can fill up this whole page. Watch this, and I want to let you guys know because you need to understand this. Give me 1 second. Wake up. Eventually we're going to make it possible so that everyone can have a copy of this app so that they can create their own, we're going to give them the app with the information already programmed in it, but then they'll be able to go in and edit it the same as I'm editing the app. Stop listening. There are a couple other features I got to add to this one. Oh, and then when you export it, it doesn't come with the editing, so if you want to send it to somebody, it operates as a PowerPoint. What I did when I did that, see, BIC program, a BIC process, and new slide. Okay, that's me doing the new slide. I just did that. Okay, and I get to keep going all the way up to 40 if I choose this to. You feel me? All right, so I still got some work to do to it, and I'm gonna change some of the pictures around because there should be 20 different pictures. But that's all of the stuff I'm doing. Everything. Then I'm still working in the background on the mega program and the oh God, I always miss these people. They're on my mind. The Securing One's Property, the Fourth Amendment program, and the DAP program. Okay, we are still working on each of those regularly. We haven't stopped because it's absolutely positively doodly necessary that we keep everything where it should be, keep everybody up to page. And so we decided to incorporate some of these programs, even though they are not even part of this part of the program. We decided to incorporate them because that's what I do. I always try to give you more than what you paid for. Now, over the next week, we're going to be talking about the trust, the mega pack, and we're going to be giving you guys direction, but we're going to be doing this to you on video privately, not publicly. All right. So those of you on YouTube and TikTok, I may be gone. I may be gone for several days because I got to do that. But be that as it may, we gonna be back. All right. I gotta go because I gotta work on this and a couple other things. Matter of fact, I'm transferring. Hold on now. What you doing, cell phone? I'm transferring files to my cell phone, and uh-oh, it says TikTok did not install my package because it conflicts. So what I have to do, y'all, is I have to get rid of my old TikTok. I just put it on this phone. I got a new phone, and this particular model phone, I'm gonna let y'all know about it. Some of y'all want to know. It's not the quickest phone in the world. It's a couple of years old, but it's a Black View BV Black View. Then it's BV 6200. You can record calls with this phone because it has the old programming system on it and not the Android 13. Android 13, they put the code in, so now you have to jailbreak your phone. This phone, you don't have to jailbreak. That's why. And they were replacing another phone, and they sent me the original phone, which I had had an upgrade. And I'm so glad they sent it back to me because I need the one that records. Okay, I had a conversation yesterday with someone, and I needed that conversation recorded because I have to go back and listen to it because we talked about so much, and it was not a consult. We talked about so much because so much was said when it wasn't said. The person was actually fishing information out of me, and I understood, and I gave the information to the individual voluntarily. But they were fishing information out of me, but they didn't know that as they were speaking, they were letting me know exactly what was going on. And so I can now take that information that they weren't telling me literally, and I can tailor how to speak to them in the future to give them the information that they need. They're going to be helpful. I will be bringing that conversation to you all's attention later. I have to be very careful on what I say right now because I can't do it, and I don't want anybody to get the wrong inference, idea, misunderstanding, because y'all know how y'all is. Lord, sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one. Hey, gotta go. Just thought I'd share that information with you. Some of you are gonna find it beneficial. Remember, we're gonna keep doing it this way. Those of you who don't take the time to listen to the entire video, that's up to you. But those of you who do, you're going to be the ones to benefit. Gotta go. Take care.